everybody. Dawn Kendrick here with some good news. And the good news is that you're only going to hear good news here. I am a repurposed news reporter, and I am finally doing the stories that have been burning in my heart for so long. They're stories that uplift, encourage, and inspire, and they are real, and they're raw, and they're vulnerable. They're the good stuff stories, and we see it over and over again that through it all, through the middle of our biggest challenges, together we can, together we will. Let's go see the good and be the good. On your mark, get set. Let's go. Hey, good stuff, family. Coming to you at a little pop-up today because there is a great good stuff opportunity coming up on Sunday for all of our friends, the kids who are differently abled. And it has so many layers of good stuff. I said, let's just hop on right now. And our hope is that if you know anyone, a parent or a teacher who knows of a kid who could benefit from a soapbox derby where they're literally at the wheel with another partner, and then they can advance even to the AKRON National Soapbox Derby Championships. This is fantastic. And the proof of it is in the stories that my friend Chief Tim Sopkovich has to share. I'm bringing him in right now. Hi, Chief.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, really good. And I'm glad you took some time for this. We should say you're from Brunswick Hills is your day job, but what you do is also is this with the Warthogs Cleveland, chapter 16, I think is what you call it. This group of bike enthusiasts who work all year to raise this money. Specifically now, we're going to talk about what the Soapbox Derby is coming up this Sunday. Give us a window into what you've seen over the years.
So we're excited. This weekend is going to be our Soapbox Derby race for what we call our super kids. Our super kids are kids that are normal just like everyone else, but maybe can't drive a Soapbox Derby car. So the Cleveland Soapbox Derby, they have some cars they've been using for several years. And the Cleveland Warthogs, we partnered with them in 2018 to kind of help fund and get some kids involved in this. But what it is, it's just a day of fun, getting our kids together and racing down the hill. It's a vehicle that two kids can sit in. And when they race, it gives them the joy of going down the hill and getting some speeds and competing against each other. But what's so special is the Cleveland Warthogs we're a group of men and women that kind of want to give back to the communities as best we can. We're made up of law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, and we've had a lot of support from outside people that have made donations for this cause. And what we do is we make this fun-filled, action-packed day on the hill. We want the parents to just show up and sit back and relax and cheer their kids on. And we take it from there. So we get the kids in the back of police cars and we race up the hill, and then we get them in the cars where we get them strapped in, put the helmets on, and then they race down the hill. And it's a fun day. We've been doing it since 2018. We kind of got knocked off for a couple of years, unfortunately, but we picked it back up last year. And we're so excited to have, these families come out and cheer their kids on. We've had great support from the community as far as donations. We want to make sure that the families are fed. We've had Airmark from the Cleveland Browns. They've made a big donation for the food and, just so everybody's having a good time. The good thing about this is the two competitors that will finish number one and number two, we'll pay for them. And the Cleveland Soapbox Derby area, they're also helping out with this. But these two kids will go to the championship race in Akron, Ohio.
And this is a big deal, isn't it, Tim? This is a huge deal. It's a championship.
Yeah, the National Soapbox Derby race is held right in our backyard, just south of Cleveland in Akron, and people come from all over the world, and it's just an awesome event. These kids go there, and they're treated just like champions. They're just like every other racer that's competing in this race. And again, they have the special dual-purpose cars, so they're able to compete and have a fun time, and it's really great for the families. In the past, we've had two families that are last 2 years ago, I want to say 18 or 19 that went, and they just had a blast. It was such a good time. It's just 3 packed full days for these kids to go to Akron. So not only is it fun here in Cleveland, but there's something more to it. And
Ah,
we give the kids shirts. The Cleveland Warthogs in the Cleveland area soapbox derby. We go out and try to get the biggest trophies we possibly can to give to these kids. And
and I love the story. I've already been telling the story several times today, and you just told me this morning. But tell me, you mentioned dual purpose cars. The fact I keep sitting here thinking it's purpose. It's purpose for these kids. Like they are going to compete like athletes. And when you give them the biggest trophy you can find, tell the story about the one kid who I love so
yeah,
much.
so the one family reached back to us afterwards and wanted to see if we could maybe dial down the trophies for the next year because we had like 3 foot trophies. And this champion, he won in Cleveland, so he got the biggest trophy. And that trophy remained in their kitchen, and it's still there to this day, just because that he's the winner. He won, and he wants his family to see it every single day. So it's kind of a good story. It's kind of funny, but
It's the best. And the
we're not
mom's
backing
thinking,
down. We're going to get the biggest trophies still for these kids.
that's so great. And so like you call it the thrill of the hill. And again, if another layer of good stuff, not only does Aramark donate the food, the other layer is that the explain who the partners in these cars with these kids are.
So a lot of the kids that are they're co-pilots with our special superheroes kids. They're former champions that have raced in Cleveland. They know what they're doing. They're experienced soapbox derby racers, and they put a lot of time and effort. And the Cleveland Soapbox Derby, I mean, they're very passionate about their racetrack here in Cleveland. And there's been a lot of champions that have gone to Akron, and the super stock, the stock, and the masters that are from Cleveland that went to the national championship that made it in the top ones in the country. So a lot of these kids are the ones that will be piloting these cars with our super kids. So it's another great way to have children interacting with each other, working as a team, and
Yeah.
winning and having a lot of fun. A lot of these kids, it's maybe not so much steering the car. Some of them just drive down the hill and they're waving to their families and just having a good time. So it's like a parade to them. One of
Yeah.
the pilots that we had, he's seen that they weren't really winning and going down the hill as fast. So you know he was trying to make a game for him. So instead of crossing the finish line, maybe at the fastest, he took the car and coasted it farther than the other car that stopped after
Oh,
the race. And that made enough for him that, he was a winner that day. He went farther than
oh,
the other cars. So it's nice to see the kids just coming together and being kids and having fun. And I think our pilot drivers enjoy it. I know the Cleveland Warthogs, they enjoy it. A lot of the officers that are Warthogs, they work for police departments. So Cuyahoga County
right.
Sheriff's Office has donated cars for this. Brecksville Police, East Cleveland Police. Last year we had the whole East Cleveland SWAT team there too. So it's another
Wow.
way for and also Cleveland Fire. They put a Cleveland Fire truck at the top of the hill. So not only are kids getting to experience racing, it's a great interaction with all of our local law enforcement, police and fire, and just again, some of the kids, they don't even really care about racing in the soapbox car, but they get to ride up the hill in the back of a police cruiser, and that's running lights and sirens, so that's enough fun for them too. So we try to make it just as enjoyable, and again, build that police public relation with everyone.
Yeah.
And again, we couldn't have done this without a lot of the people that have fundraised with us, that have donated and supported the Warthogs. And
Yeah.
this is just, we try to do this every year for the super kids, but we also donate to the hospitals for our children.
Hmm.
Again,
I was with you, Tim. That's where I met
a
you
couple
on
years
one
ago,
of those
we did the Metro
rides.
Hospital run and
Great.
Hillcrest.
Something to see.
So it's just, in law enforcement, we see the bad side of things. We don't really get to see it through on like what happened to that, injured family member or, child. So this is just our way of seeing it through it as far as like, all right, we got some fundraisers. Maybe there's a toy there. They don't know where it came from, but it's just some way to give back to our kids.
That's it. And you know what we say, the Good Stuff family, we say together we can, together we will. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you're doing. And it just takes a call. It says it's somebody who has the idea. And then you round up, like you said, all of these first responders who show up. That guy looks thrilled to be there. I don't think he knew you were taking a picture.
Yeah, that's Mo. He's getting ready to retire. He's a good
Okay.
faithful Cleveland firefighter.
But this look on their faces, look at that. Like if a picture is worth 1,000 words, that's it. That's the picture. That's the picture that you live for. And so why we popped on here quickly is because there's still time. You have plenty of spots. This is Sunday morning, 10:30. Give us the whole
So
where they can. Yeah.
we race on West 49th. It's right there by Edgewater, right outside of downtown Cleveland. Beautiful track. So if we can get people send me an email and I could send a registration to them. It's Sopkovich, I'll put it up later, but they can send me emails and we get the registration to them. This also prepares the Cleveland Soapbox Derby so that they have enough shirts and trophies and stuff, and we have enough food for everyone. But yeah, this Sunday, registration will start at 9, and we'll start racing at 10 o'clock with our super kids and our co-pilots, and the two, the number 1 and number 2 racers will qualify and go to AKRON.
Sorry, I was going to try and put the email up here for you. But what we'll do is once we post this, I'll put it in the comments. Okay. So all they have to do is just send an email, and then it's good to go. So this is why I'm hoping.
We'll have a lot of our school resource officers that are in the area. I know my officer from Brunswick Hills, he'll be there. Brecksville school resource officers. So, those school districts, I know they've reached out and put out to some of their students. I think a couple of years, I think it was our first year, 2018, was a Brunswick City School student. And last I heard, he really wanted to pursue a career in NASCAR. So
yes, that's what you said.
I think that the Soapbox Derby is opening these young men and ladies to maybe future careers, or at least be avid fans of some type of sport. So.
And you make the cars. You guys make the cars accessible.
Well,
so
what we actually, the Cleveland area Soapbox Derby, they have been doing this for years. And again, it's just been kind of like something that just needed picked up and kind of more advertising and getting out there. So we partnered with the Cleveland area Soapbox Derby to try to get more people involved. That car that you're showing right there, that was one of our cars that we, kind of repainted and made look a little bit nicer. But all the cars have been used for years by the Cleveland area Soapbox Derby, and they made them, and they're great fast cars, and like I said, dual purpose for racing down the hill. It's great.
I love this so much, Chief. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to jump on here today. I know how busy you are, but so our hope is that if you've seen this and somebody's popping into your mind who might enjoy this, or teachers of our friends who are differently abled, would you share?
And or just come on down and cheer on these kids.
Yes.
So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, and you want to see what it's all about, even if your kids are maybe a little shy that don't want to get into it. We've had that a couple times, but it seems like everybody who got inside that Soapbox Derby car, they didn't want to leave. So, but yeah, just come on down, cheer on the kids. We'll have a fun day for everyone.
That's a great idea, right? Even if you don't have kids that are going to participate, it's cool to be just plugged into something so positive and to cheer them on. I know, like the Miracle League, the baseball games that they do out in Eastlake, the cheering I lost my voice one time when I was a reporter on air. I literally lost my voice from cheering because it's just classic, the good stuff. And it's free, you all. It's free because these men and women work so hard to fundraise all year. So just come be present with your family. You'll get, lunch, and you just get to participate in really what I see is one of the best parts of humanity in doing the things that you're doing. So I'm so grateful for you. Is there anything else that you want to add, Tim?
No, just, thanks for having me on, and thanks for getting the word out. And if we don't have a big year this year, I know definitely we'll be back, and and we'll make it as big as we possibly can. Maybe we can hold it for 2 days.
Right.
Yeah,
I hope. And our hope is, you know what? We still have some time till Sunday. So share, show up. Tell them one more time where and what time on Sunday.
It's going to be at West 49th, the Cleveland area soapbox derby track, located just by Edgewater. So just head west on Route 2 and it'll be right there, exit 49.
Okay.
It's
And if you want to come watch, just show up. But if you're going to bring a kid to race, you were hoping they'd register before, correct?
Yeah, I'll have my email on the comments here. Just send me an email and I'll send out the registration if you have a child that wants to enter. The child has to be under 150 pounds, 7 to 18. And
right.
with some type, just special needs, something that, just, help them out. We'll be there.
Yeah. Yes. It's classic, the good stuff. We say, see the good in others, be the good for them. For y'all, check. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty. God bless you. This has been a Grassroots Good Stuff family production. Big love and gratitude to our friend Carlos Jones, who is the talented voice and creator behind this music that sets the tone for these good stuff stories. Huge gratitude and love as well for our social media director. She is Danielle Folk and is consistently going above and beyond. Follow her at Farmhouse Storyteller. And to the producer, My Trevi, the glue that holds together the moving parts of this God-inspired endeavor. TheGoodStuffFamily.com is where you'll find links for all the things we're doing, including how to be a sponsor of a story. So grateful for our faithful sponsors who have already made so much of what we do possible. And of course, big love and gratitude for you, the listeners, helping to grow this Good Stuff family tree 2023. Welcome to the family.